Well, this is my gonna be Wednesday self-discipline ramble because I've been noticing you have to be very careful on who you listen to and the content you consume, because you can have it influence you even subconsciously. You can catch yourself doing things, or because someone else recommended it, you didn't even think, it wasn't even in your brain, someone mentioned going and getting something and you're like, oh, I should go. That's the whole point of influencing, right? You have to be careful on what you consume because it can make it harder to hit your certain goals and stuff. And I am firmly a believer that self-discipline is self-care and self-love, and there are certain things that you have to earn. You don't deserve anything. Nobody deserves anything except obviously just basic human decency. We live in a society, basic politeness. You have to earn respect, beyond just a general human decency. Human decency while in public on society. I think the internet's different. Internet is the wild, wild west. If you have mental health issues or any kind of certain issues where being online or seeing criticism can affect your mental health, you shouldn't be online. You protect your mental health, obviously. Go to therapy. But you have to earn things. Things are not automatically deserved. It's keeping a realistic perspective in mind that we live in a very privileged society. People get very entitled to things that they're used to getting. I see it a lot in my job too. People get very entitled to certain things and we live in a time where things can be delivered to your doorstep and you don't even have to go and get it. I mean, not even just talking about delivery, products and merchandise, but food and calories and DoorDash, and we live in a very, very privileged environment. And I want to keep perspective. And I've been consuming a lot of fitness content and people on their journeys who might not always be... Sorry, a coworker was bringing me a package that came down. So I paused for a second because he didn't consent to being on video. So we just have to keep in mind that we're not entitled. Entitlement is a trap we can all fall into. And we should feel very grateful for just the basics that we have and strive to earn certain things. You a physique and a strong fit body in our society today is something to be very proud of, because the vast majority are not healthy, let alone physically fit. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. Nothing wrong with striving for that and putting in the fucking work. Put in the fucking work. I had my little emotional weekend where I was like, oh, I want. And I'm I'm fucking over that shit. And then there's certain creators that I'm probably gonna cut back on watching and consuming their content. I'm redoing my budget so I can get my Audible back, because I stopped my Audible because I was trying to save money and, paying off some debt. Luckily I don't have a lot of it, but being completely debt free, got my car paid off. Just working on some medical collections and shit, getting that paid off, saving my $10K emergency fund, getting into retirement savings and all that stuff. And that is a big priority for me. That pushes me because I want financial freedom. And I'm very fortunate that even in my obese fat days, I was living paycheck to paycheck, not because I had to, but because I would just get money, I'd pay my bills, and then I would blow it on bullshit, usually food. Usually bullshit food. And so, I think it's a superpower being in a smaller body. You don't need as much food. And there's nothing wrong with that. Feeling guilt, in our society where we're always pushed to consume. We're capitalism. We're consume. And I do find it kind of a superpower that I'm a smaller person. At 5'3", 130 pounds, I would like to get down to about 120. It's still in the healthy range. It's vanity. It's a vanity thing for sure. Like, cause at 130 pounds, I'm still healthy. I think up to my obese for me would start at like 145 would be, well, no, that would be overweight. I would be overweight if I was to get over 140 again, then I would be overweight. And then to be obese class 1 is in like the 160s for me. But at 130, I'm right in the middle ground area, but I want to get down to 120. And I do think it's a superpower to have a lower BMR, like lower, I want to get out of like the overconsumption mentality of our society, because American society is very overconsume. And you don't have to earn your vegetables, your lean meats, your fruits. Like those have them, but you don't need to go overboard either. Like that was something I fell into because I was so used to too big portions, because I grew up in a free-for-all household. My parents were always on benefits and SNAP and food stamps and all the things. And what would happen would, I think a lot of people experience this, where your mother, mine was always my mom, my dad didn't, would go and go to the food bank or and we were all obese, all of us, and yet we were getting handouts from the government. Like, and as an adult, I do take, it's a personal point of pride. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with if it's there because you need it and you should get it. For those who need it, I do think if you are overweight or obese, I don't think the food bank and like food stamps should go for junk. It should only be for lean meats, dairy, actual food. That is my opinion. You could have a different opinion. It's fine. But my mom will go and get food stamps or go to the food bank, and we would have food for like 2 weeks, and it was a free-for-all because my parents didn't really cook, unless it was like Hamburger Helper, hot dogs, and we would go through like the easy shit, like, and it was a free-for-all. Everyone would just eat it, and then we would be like nothing but like condiments and bread. Like you would eat ketchup and bread. I remember eating white bread and ketchup as a child. White bread and ketchup. And so like I don't have to do that anymore, and I can prioritize smaller quantity, better quality. Like I'm spending roughly about the same that I did, a little bit less actually, which is good, but I'm buying higher quality meat, higher quality veggies. I like my diet soda. I like Zevia, and I buy it in bulk, but I'm able to make it last. If it was something where I was like going through it, like through it, to the point where it was like expensive, but I can buy a case and have it last 2-3 months. I could buy a 24 pack and have it last. So there'll be days where I'll have 1 or 2 a day, but like usually I'll go days without it and just drink plain water or black coffee or tea. But I was fucking pissed at myself this morning because of just like how just over in my feelings I was getting. I was like, why am I feeling this way? I'm like, who are you watching? What content are you consuming that you are like subconsciously taking in some of the emotions and being too empathetic and feeling other people's shit? You shouldn't feel other people's shit. You got your own shit to feel. And so I'm going to be switching back over to Audible because I stopped that subscription because I'm trying to save money, but I want to start listening to more like nonfiction books, and what you surround yourself with becomes your like foundational voice. Or you're for like what I'm gonna re-listen to David Goggins. I haven't listened to his audiobooks in a while, and I love his audiobooks because it's like him and his ghostwriter, or his I think ghostwriter did that like kind of audiobook podcast thing. I really like that one. I need to find my Goggins again. I lost my inner Goggins. I need to find my Goggins again. My hard ass, my like take no bullshit from myself. Like if there's anybody you should be able to be bluntly honest with and call on their bullshit, because the most people in your life, and it's no shade because people love you and they want to hype you up, but very few people I think have other people in their life that will call them on their bullshit. If you are somebody who has goals and places you want to get to and things you want to do and high standards that you're setting for yourself, you gotta be sometimes brutal with yourself and brutally honest with yourself. I'm not saying abuse yourself, but like you could still earn treats. You can still earn the stuff that you're not entitled to, that you don't deserve. Fucking deserve. You earn that shit. You earn those things. Like, you earn respect. You earn those outings and spending that money. Because I in my budgeting, I had, like, because I have my budgeting app where I balance out my accounts and I balance everything out, and I have certain categories, like, basics like vehicle and food and laundry, and I have to go to the laundromat, so I budget for my laundromat and like that kind of thing, and utilities, that shit, rent. And I had a category for, like, I called it disposable spending, like my allowance spending, and I changed it to bullshit spending, because that's what it is. It's bullshit spending. Like, I don't need anything that I get off Amazon, even like my bulk Zevia, my bulk energy drinks, my bulk, or like I'm getting a new water reservoir. It's a different system, and like I'm getting a different running bag, because I have a fanny pack, but I want something that's like straps down to my thigh, so that way it's not bouncing around and shit when I'm trying to run. It's still bullshit spending. It's like, it's useful. Like, those things are useful, but they're not, there's no return on investment. It's not, once I get my debt collections figured out and I get my emergency fund set and I start investing more, that'll be a different category in my balancing app. Basically like a checkbook, but it's a checkbook app, and I use it to balance my checking and savings accounts, and my credit card, my one credit card. And I've been doing really good on that. I'm very proud of myself, because I've paid no interest since I started on my finance journey back in August, because I started my health and weight loss journey in May of last year, and I started my my focusing more on finances in August. But they were pretty close together, because I was like eating less food, spending less money, saving money, and I'm like, okay, maybe I need to pay more attention to this and get some, shit figured out. So it's okay to have higher standards for yourself, and if it makes other people uncomfortable because you take yourself seriously and you discipline yourself and you expect better from yourself, fuck them. They can, like, the average person. No, I don't want to be an average person. I don't want to be like I said, I don't want to be a triathlete or like something like that. Like, I don't want to go that hardcore, but I don't want to be an average person either, because the average person is broke, lazy, and fat. And I refuse to be broke, lazy, and fat ever again, because I lived that. I lived it. And I am setting elder me, senior me, 80, 90-year-old me to be in an able body, hopefully a banging body for a senior citizen, especially an American senior citizen, and somebody who can travel. I'm child free, so I can throw all my money into the S&P 500 and not lowering my bullshit spending down as much as possible, and the bullshit spending that I do allow myself, I need to earn it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Earn your shit. You will value it way more. So, Ramble Wednesday. Get out of your emotional bullshit. If you notice that you are taking on other people's bullshit emotions, bullshit mentality, change it. Listen to other shit. Listen to shit that hypes you up, that gets that grit going, that gets that, like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna put this shit work in and earn my shit. Because victim mentality is stupid and it's toxic, and being in a woe is me mindset is stupid. So stay hydrated. I gotta get going.